Sometimes you just know how to kick off a show, right? We got hyped pre-show.
Dude.
But Eric, I want to recenter us and bring it back to what we promised the people we would resolve off air yesterday.
Oh, right.
And,
I almost forgot. God, I wish we had the clip so we could catch people up to speed.
Exactly.
I'll do my best unless you... Do you feel like you're up to...
No,
not only
you're going to have
not
to say this
slanting
to me.
it in bias.
I can do that because I am a man of truth. Truth above all.
Yeah, no, we know
why
that.
my wife would gladly smash my face in when I'm sleeping at night. But
wow,
you are going to be our purveyor of truth.
Right. I'll set the story.
The streets are buzzing.
Yesterday,
I'm calling it Diarrhea Gate. What would you call it?
I would probably call it Diarrhea Gate.
Let's go, baby.
Perfect name.
On semantics, we agree. Also, new shirt drop. Who dis? So
I know. New
get
shirt
with it. Get
arrival.
with it, bro.
It finally arrived. You'll get your lot torn out. Everyone stop text or DMing me about this. Anyway,
I'd close those.
Yesterday, Andre asked the question, innocently enough, are we ready to get in the pool? We're talking about betting pools, obviously.
I've got 3 today. Are you ready to talk weather, glizzy, and all sorts of nonsense? Yes, baby. But back to the point. To the point.
We had just eaten donuts.
On that donut high, if you know what I mean.
We had just eaten donuts. So I offhandedly said, we can't get into the pool for another half hour.
No doubt.
This brings up the well-known and yet clearly widely misunderstood old wives' tale about getting into a swimming pool 30 minutes after eating and whether or not it will cause a cramp. Andre
yes.
believes.
I ignorantly, yes.
Andre
Let it be known.
Took this to mean his whole life, apparently, when receiving this advice, that it meant that you would get stomach cramps. And he thought it resulted in the aforementioned diarrhea of the Diarrhea Gate fame.
I could basically hear the Pepto song rolling through my head.
Turns out
Matt gets it exactly. You want to stay tuned for this one.
Turns out totally and 100% false in every direction. First off, this is a complete myth. We could have gotten in the pool immediately. We could have been eating donuts while in the pool.
Wow.
Yeah, no, all-inclusive resorts are based on this premise of eating and swimming at the exact same time.
Right.
But the idea is that the blood is diverted from your limbs, going to your stomach to aid in digestion, which could lead to a cramp in your extremities, and you could drown. Has nothing to do with diarrhea. Andre, I want you to apologize not only to me, but to anybody that heard you give that terrible advice yesterday.
Now, should the old wives' tale be eat a banana before you go in the pool?
Eat a banana, never been.
Or like hydrate?
Well, it is called banana boat suntan lotion, right? That's got to be, those two have to be related.
I thought we were going NBA free agency. Never forget the banana boat crew. Or could you say, remember to hydrate before going into the pool. We don't want you to cramp up and then drown.
It's not really catchy.
No, that's right.
It's not catchy.
That's right.
Not at all.
And it's much more lit to just like take a beat after you eat.
Take a beat after you eat. I love it.
That's catchy,
there it
baby.
Is, there it is. Do we have to add your L to the overall record is my real question. Are we now, me included, now that I've taken over the spot, Rockies never getting it back. No, are we now 233 and 164 after that L you took?
No, because you took a dub.
Okay. All right, that's true.
You took a dub. Canceled out. The team wins. You, the user, or the listener rather, for getting correct information on cramps when going into pools. You win. All right, let's get into it. Lots to talk about. As I mentioned, 3 pools today, but I don't want to spoil anything quite yet. What I will spoil is our big 3. Guests first. Eric's big 3, please.
All right. So yesterday I gave out a pick for the Rockies. I thought it was a certainty that there'd be 11 runs scored at Coors Field when Tyler Anderson and Kyle Freeland were pitching.
Totally.
Kyle Freeland shut out the goddamn Pirates.
2-0, man. 2-0, baby.
So I've decided to stick in my goddamn lane, and I'm going only basketball on my
Wow.
Number 1, Giannis. And I believe you are also giving this pick. This is an odds boost of the day.
Yes.
Giannis to record a double-double, now at plus 100. He's missed this only one time this series, and it was by 1 rebound.
13-1 in the post.
This feels like a certainty.
It really does.
Press button, get money.
Yeah, this feels like a press button, get money situation.
Minus 480.
Minus 480
to get a double-double until you boost it.
Oh.
So that's the kind of boost you're getting here.
Is that right? I didn't
Yes,
even look at that.
yes, my friend,
Minus
yes.
4. Dude, that's Jokic-ish.
I know.
Jokic-ish.
Frankly, we shouldn't be allowed to even put it on the board. But the good people at DraftKings made it so, and we will not turn down a free dub when we see one.
No. We'll
Yes.
take that dub all day.
Absolutely.
All right. Secondly, in related news, Giannis to score 33 points and get the win. I am believing very much in the Bucks to sort. I've been watching the Bucks slowly assert their will over the Hawks.
figuring it out, huh?
The Hawks came in hot. The Hawks are a
true.
jump shooting team. The Hawks are more of a finesse team. They don't have a big
Yes,
presence in the
it's
middle. They have
true.
Clint Capella, but he's never been known for his defense.
Swiss Clint.
Giannis can score whenever he wants
Yeah.
against the Hawks. It just
really
takes
true.
It just takes the Bucks deciding that they want to feed Giannis. And now that Trae Young has a bone bruise and is going to be hobbled, I just feel like the Bucks are just going to dominate the Hawks. They're just going to go at them, and they're going to methodically choke the life from them. And I'm here for it. I'm going to get plus 135 for that player parlay. And my last one, Brook Lopez, also with the Bucks. Over 1.5 threes. He has
Big
taken
time.
So this is what the sports book does, and you have to pay attention to this.
Yes, you do.
Streaky shooters that are centers that don't typically shoot. This applies to Jokic all the time.
The non-volume shooters.
He'll have like the first 2 games of the series, he shot 4 and 5 threes respectively. And last game he only shot 1. So they have lowered the number. Well, I think he's always been at 1.5, but the juice is up to plus 180.
You love that.
I love it, dude.
You love that. And again, Clint Capella, you want to bring him out.
To get
Bring
Giannis,
Swiss Clint out, right? Because
you want
essentially,
Giannis to choke the life from them from within. This
Right.
is the vision of the game that I have, and I've bet accordingly.
you need 4 spacers and then Giannis to just take him to work, take him to work, take him to work.
Yes.
Bogey also injured, so it's an uphill battle for the Hawks. Before we jump to my big 3, we had a great question. Trae Young under from Austin. Smart bet. I believe set at 27.5.
Yes, I mulled this over pretty heavily.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Trae Young is a type I'm coming to realize this about Trae Young. Trae Young is a transcendent talent, and he can shoot when he's on, like he can't miss.
Yeah,
but he's
true.
he's shown us now in a couple different series that he's on when the pressure is off. Like in game 1, he goes off. In game 7, he shot like 2 of 45 or something, and the rest of the team had to carry them.
Yeah.
The pressure is rising a little bit. I don't know that he's going to respond. But at the same point in time, you just never know. Like with a streaky shooter like that,
it's really true. Well, let's go to my big 3 because my first pick that I'll talk about is one where we're at odds. We are completely in agreement on the Giannis dub, the free money pick.
Yeah, but you love those Hawks, baby.
I love those
Do you
Hawks.
like them to win or just to cover?
Just to cover. I do kind of feel like there's been a trend this postseason where as soon as we're ready to overreact based on an injury, we did this with Chris Paul. We did it once Luka got hurt. We've done it with the Clippers who bounced back in a major way.
Yes.
We overreact as bettors, and it actually turns out it's closer than we thought, and the injury doesn't matter that much.
Yes.
Now, maybe Trae, and there have been some exceptions. The Nets, injuries that get them. Lakers, obviously, injuries got them. I mean, it's going to happen to everyone. But I think the Hawks keep this close. They need to keep it close for us to get the Giannis dub. The only time he didn't in this postseason was on a blowout in Game 2, where he played under 30
And he still only missed it by
minutes.
1
Yeah,
rebound.
9 rebounds, exactly. Right, he's had as many triple-doubles this postseason, 1, as he's had non-double-doubles.
Oh,
1.
my God.
So,
are we allowed legally to give out that first pick?
We're allowed. When the juice is loose like that, you are allowed. So it's almost a counterintuitive pick, this Hawks pick, but it really goes into what you were saying about Trae Young. Will we get hot Trae Young, or will we get the rest of the team? Like it's a big Kevin Huerter game because Trae's hurting,
My thing is I don't believe that we are going to see Trae Young slowed down that much by this ankle injury. I think that there are just once you get going and moving in an NBA game, there are a lot of injuries that feel like if it happened to you, like it would just put you in a hospital bed for a month.
Oh yeah, right.
Like, dudes just play through it, and it doesn't really affect. Like they get moving. They probably have some weird like injection that they give themselves in the back to like kill pain.
No, we've seen Jamal do it.
Yes,
Like,
my thing
Jamal's
is like
ankle-
the Hawks because I think that Trae Young is going to be too affected by his injury. I've just seen like the slow attrition, like the slow grinding. I've seen the Bucks slowly assert their will and start to play the game how they want it to be played. And I just feel like that is the trend in this series. Like I feel like we'll see, obviously, but the Hawks are one of these jump shooting teams that can be bumped.
So true.
They can be bumped.
So
and like then Giannis can't be bumped. Like you can't like get a dunker off his game.
No, that's correct.
That's where I am. So you just never know with Trae Young. He could easily just hit a bunch of threes.
At home, Hawks could get hot shooting though.
It's possible.
That's what's going to keep them in it.
Entirely
That's why I'm
possible.
giving out the +7. Speaking of taking cheese, big favorites, I'm giving out the rare Rockies run line, Eric.
What?
Not just enough for them to win. I want them to win by 2 runs or more at +102. Look, it's plain and simple. Rockies' second best offense at home in the majors, averaging 5.7 runs per game. Pittsburgh's second worst offense in the majors, behind only the Rockies when it comes to away games. They're averaging 310.
Wow.
So there you go. That's a differential of 2.6 runs alone on that. Then we got Herman on the mound.
Oh, dude, this is really the unstoppable force meets the immovable
Get
object.
out of here,
Yeah.
baby. I was thinking, do I give a safe money line? And then I looked at the data and I said, just go with it.
You gotta feel it.
Sometimes you got to feel it. Sometimes you got to be aggressive.
Oh boy.
Those stats related to our big 3, that's your stat of the day, folks. Because once again, I did my research today. Big pat on the back for the big guy.
It's incredible. I didn't even know that you could do research for this show.
Yeah, it's really true. It's really true. That's actually a common misconception.
Oh.
Yeah, every other show host I've had on the show, they too think no research can be done. False. Research can be done, folks.
Okay.
It can be done. Just a little elbow grease on Google. No, Hank just comes in his bag, and that bag it might be filled with poo. It might be filled with doves.
It's
You
filled.
never
Dude, it's
know.
filled with candy. You know, Hank.
It really is. It really is. Shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook. Speaking of candy, there is no misconception of, is Hank in his bag of nonsense or in his bag of goodies. DraftKings, their bag, always great.
Oh, the greatest, dude.
They've got an amazing promotion this week. I think we're still doing the basketball. $1 to win 100.
This is getting tougher.
He's feeling bullish about the Bucks.
Yo, I don't know that I would. If I had my one shot, though.
I know. Well, and yesterday would have been your one shot because it was a classic. Do as we say, not as we do, because Eric, his spidey sense was tingling. You knew the Clippers were going to win.
I did know the Clippers were going to win. I
felt it deep in your bones.
I was right about Paul George, except for he had the most efficient third quarter in the history of the NBA, which threw my under off quite a bit, I have to say.
Yeah, he scored 41 points.
Yeah, well, he scored 30 points in the third quarter. That was tough for my under.
That'll get you every time.
He had 11 points going into half. But I was right about Reggie Jackson.
You sure were. Another great promotion at DraftKings. They've got all these free pools. They're giving out like thousands of dollars to you and other users every single day. Just get on there and enjoy America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app, DraftKings Sportsbook. You use code DNVR. They will match your first bet deposit up to $1,000. And let me get that disclaimer, Kayla, real quick. That's
You haven't committed this to
usually Ryan's the old guy.
Yeah, who knows?
That's my former co-host.
Who knows?
He used to do it. So there you go. Anyways, must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Woo!
Booyah.
Woo!
Question from Austin, real quick.
Austin, lay it on us.
Before we move on.
I strongly considered it, Austin.
Are we taking the over in the first 5 for the Rocks? That under bet was beautiful, Dre.
It was beautiful. As we talked about in our stat of the day yesterday, first game of a homestand coming off the road, offense is going to be suppressed. Second, third, that's where we're going to see things pick up. I don't quite trust the Pirates starter. I'm more intrigued by under 4.5 runs for the Pirates. But again, a little scared off by that Rockies bullpen, not going to lie. I mean, NGL, as the kids say.
You would be foolhardy not to be scared. I mean, like you would just you would learn no lessons in life. You would repeatedly touch a hot stove if you weren't able to. If you weren't scared of the Rockies bullpen, you don't learn patterns.
Right. No.
It's not even pattern. It's a permanence.
It is a permanence. It is a permanence, as Kale points out.
I mean, frankly, you might just not feel fear at that point.
You just might not. You just are not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Is really what it comes down to.
Right. If you're not outraged, you're not paying attention. I think that is the theme. Well, It's been a delight. It's been a true joy, a bit of a vacation for all of us. We've got the man, the myth, the legend here. The pool told us so much about that Clippers-Suns game yesterday. We've got 3 pools today.
What?
One's Glizzy related, as I mentioned.
What? I thought every pool was Glizzy related in a sense.
In a sense, our world all comes back to Glizzies in many ways, as the old great philosophers would have told us in ancient Greece.
Sure.
But in a much more real sense, this one literally is a pool about
I literally
Glizzies.
can't wait to hear what comes next.
I love a good weather pool, so we're going to do that. I feel like you're tapped in.
Yeah, dude. I'm the weatherman. Everybody knows that.
And wait, I actually wrote notes, right. And Hawks, okay. Here's a perfect, a little way to wet our beaks, because this is a one question.
I have a pretty dry beak at the moment, if I'm being
I believe it, man. This is a $200,000 pool.
What?
One question.
Oh my God. What am I going to do with the winnings?
I get a feeling that the 50% of us that get this right, we're going to get a share of the $200,000. So,
what if we get it more right?
Listener, jump in and you'll get free money, even if it's 10 cents.
It's still money. Legal
As
tender?
you know, you put a wony on 10 cents. That could turn into real money. All right. Question is,
Sure.
nationwide,
Yeah.
do you think
Are they on our
Domino's
side?
Carside delivery, TM, will be quicker than 2 minutes over under 80% of the time?
What? Did we just stumble into an ad?
We stumbled into an ad, but we'll get a share of $200,000. And again, if you say under, I don't know, man. Is it an ad? Is it the kind of positive advertising that the pizza company I won't give a second mention of is hoping for?
Okay, so we're going to call this the triple dot pizza.
Oh, heck yeah.
If triple dot pizza is, so they're sending one driver out. Is this like that self-driving thing?
It sounds like you're more tapped in than I am.
Well, I've been watching TV and I see the commercials with the Noid for the 3-Dot Pizza Company.
Oh man, the Noid. Oof.
But I need to understand what I'm betting on. Like, what is happening? Like somebody they're going to take the aggregate of all delivery. What are we talking about?
Right,
here,
but
Trey?
under 2 minutes, how are we doing that?
I don't know what's happening. I need more information.
I feel like you could trick the system too, like take an under, give them complex addresses, kind of mess with them.
I gotta say, triple dot pizza is not going to step up to the plate if they're not assured that this is going to shine favorably upon them.
You have to go.
We got to go under. I can't
rigged.
wait for that. Portion of the pool. Yeah, it's gonna be faster.
Oh, under is good. Right.
Yeah, they're promoting their
unders. I thought under was
quick
bad.
delivery
you're
times
so right.
for 3-Dot pizza.
You're so right. Okay, 3-Dot. Congrats. Here's 50 cents about to hit that account, baby.
Let's freaking go, dude. Oh.
All right, that was a great way to start. You're using the kind of logic that we need. I too feel alive. All right, Glizzy. Glizzy's in the house.
It's how fast they can get pizza to your car. Which pizza? All pizzas? Every pizza.
To my car?
Matt, you clearly know more about this than we do, and we're telling people about it. So you need to tell us so we can tell them.
It's a one question, though. It's a coin flip. You never know. So,
okay.
Right, the Glizzy portion of the evening.
Oh my God, I've been waiting for this.
$25,000.
I can't believe you waylaid us with pizza talk.
That was one.
Let's get this Glizzy.
A little appetizer. Okay, who will win the men's championship? Joey Chestnut.
Okay, what?
Joey Chestnut.
Oh, who's going to win the Nathans? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the first question.
I mean, are there any? Okay. So Joey, of course. I mean, this.
Well, I'm not saying
he's become
I'm not
more
saying-
machine than man at this point.
It's really true. Who's I'm forgetting the Japanese champion prior to Joey Chestnut.
His name's Kobayashi.
Kobayashi, of course.
I thought you were a respecter of champions.
It's true, and glizzies. However, Kobayashi not listed, so Joey Chestnut. I mean, if Kobayashi's not in the field, he's a shoo.
Have you thought about what your post Joey Chestnut life is going to look like?
You mean like the?
Well, you just don't
like
know who's going to win the Nathan's hot dog eating contest without a doubt every year. You just sort of you find yourself walking around with a lot of doubt.
Well, I feel my generation's been very fortunate.
That's my point. You don't even know what real life is like. I
Right.
didn't grow up with Joey Chestnut. I did. There was just a bunch of like random guys that would win it every year.
And then Kobayashi came along.
an absolute revelation, and now
my
Joey
gosh.
Chestnut has put him to shame.
Wow. Well, on the women's side,
Who do we like?
Mickey Sudo was the defending champ,
Sure.
but she is not
What?
on this. However, Michelle Lesko, Sarah Rodriguez, or Laurel Mary Mai,
No way. That's the way that.
or
name is
any
pronounced.
other MEEI perchance? Wow, Miki Sudo not being in. Massive
Really throwing-
upset, guys.
You're really throwing it off.
You know what though? Mary
Larry, Mary, Lily, Mai, or whatever. You just kept saying names.
She was runner up, and I think that's who's winning it this year. Sarah Rodriguez.
Do we have
and
any word on the
Michelle
street?
Lesko.
What has her training regimen been like? Has she shown promise? Are we just going in the dark here?
We're going in the dark.
All right,
now.
I'll ride with you till the end of time. You know that, Dre.
Let's see if I can get with 14 dogs. That doesn't seem like a worthy
14
second
dogs?
place contestant. Mickey Sudo on the other end, 47 dogs.
Are we going to personally break the 14 dog barrier today?
I think I could. I have this week.
Yeah, could we extend it over 1 week's time?
Joey Chestnut, will he exceed his world record of 75?
So the men eat 75 hot dogs and the women eat 14 hot dogs? How can there be a disparity? Geez, so great. A disparity so great.
I mean, Joey Chestnut, though, as you mentioned, not exactly a man.
More machine than
More
man.
machine than man.
You're
He is
right.
another category.
We shouldn't take this out on the women's side. It's really just more about exalting sweet Joey.
Right, because again, like Darren Breeden, I see him
Sure.
at 42.
Come on, dude. 42
again,
hot
Mickey
dogs?
Sudo can do
42 hot dogs? Don't waste my time.
better. No. Where's Kobayashi at when you need him? If I have this imposter not pushing Joey Chestnut to 42, will Joey, though, break his record? That's the other thing we take for granted.
Does it
is
every
that
year, dude.
Joey will push his own limits.
He does it every year. He breaks his own hot dog record
And
every year.
in a sense, by breaking his own limits, our own limits as a species.
Can you imagine that
I say yes.
that your talent in your profession is to say basically waterboard yourself with sausages in front of America? Like, it's got to be hard to breathe. Like, while he's doing that.
That's what's happening, though. That's what's happening.
He's waterboarding himself with glizzies.
with glizzies and surviving to tell the tale. Wow, what a feat! It really is like who
Come on in,
is
Al.
it?
Say hi to the people.
Jacques Cousteau who would go deep down in the water
Yes.
was the guy who did that better than anyone.
Yes.
That's what Joey Chestnut's doing.
In a sea of hot dogs.
In a sea of glizzies, he's going farther
God
in the
bless him.
deep below than any man has ever.
God bless him.
Obviously, on the women's side, will the world record of 48.5 be broken? If Mickey Sudo's not in the field, they're not going to clear 20. Eric and I, on the 4th of July, might clear more glizzies than that.
There's no might about it, dude.
There's no might about it. How many men's contestants will eat 50 or more? Clearly 0 to 1. Because
0
the
to
rest
1,
of
yeah,
you
yeah,
are
yeah,
just
yeah,
not up to
yeah.
par.
No.
Kobayashi was in. The answer would be 2. Will Jeffrey Esper
Here's the real
finish
question.
men's
Here's the real
championship?
question.
Yes.
Will you, Andre Simone,
4th or 5th?
watch this event take place? It is The most revolting event in all of sport. Will you
Well-
watch this from beginning to end?
And the other thing is, when you see highlights and it's like, oh, will Joey get those final 4 glizzies in 30 seconds and drown himself in glizzies quick enough? That's exhilarating. But watching 10 minutes of that?
Can I tell you the worst part about it? That
It's
everybody
bad.
knows what the worst part is watching them dunk hot dog buns into water and then jam them down their throats. Like, can you think of a more joyless pursuit?
What a horrible task.
Why do they make them eat the buns? Like, just to be assholes? Just to be like, well, it's not a
Right.
not a hot dog, not a bun. It's like,
I like to think we get to do what we love. How horrible would it be to do what you love, drowning yourself in glizzies? But the caveat is you need to dunk buns 1,000,000 times and shove those down your gullet.
I don't want to dunk buns. I won't even eat one bun that's been dunked in water.
Could we add, much like baseball pitchers, could we add a little slime substance?
Sticky stuff?
So they're going down your gullet.
Well,
a
so
little
this got to be
quicker.
opposite. You got to get some slippery stuff so it goes down your gullet a little bit more with
I
less.
like that. How many hot dogs will Joey Chestnut eat in the men's championship?
You're saying his record's 74?
75.
Will he eat 76 dogs and wet buns to accompany them?
Yeah, and that's
Dude,
71 to 76.
until Joey Chestnut shows me that he's not willing to step it up and beat his own record, like, I'm
Absolutely.
riding with Joe Chest.
Yeah, I'm with you. And then in the World Chugging Championship,
Yeah, Matt gets it. Lube in the throat for the glizzy. What's wrong with that, dude? It's pretty obvious if you think about it.
This show's really off the rails.
are we official hot dog eating championship coaches now? I think we just revolutionized.
I've never heard a
the
better
game.
strategy than the one we just gave out.
The Chugging Championship, Badlands Booker, I guess his name is. Will he chug a gallon of lemonade in under a minute?
What? This is incredible.
His name is
Badlands
Badlands
Booker? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's a guaranteed yes. Dude, Badlands, that's where Wall Drug is. In the Badlands, I would do anything to drink a bunch of lemonade in the Badlands.
Oh my gosh, especially a gallon.
Any quantity
Sign
available, I'll
me
take.
up.
Have you been to Wall Drug?
No.
Wall Drug is one of the most overrated things in the United States of America. You must go.
What is Wall Drug?
It's a big store in the middle of nowhere, and they give
Okay.
you free ice water, and that's their big claim to fame. And it's a bunch of places. It's in South Dakota. It's in amongst the Black Hills area where there's a bunch of tourist attractions. And by tourists, I mean children. And you just go to there are billboards far and wide advertising Wall Drug, and then when you finally go, you're like, okay, do I want to get an old-timey photo taken? Do I want to eat saltwater taffy or be served pancakes? Why don't we leave?
Wow.
Do I
Those
want to buy a rubber snake? Am I in the rubber snake market? Maybe.
That's an interesting option.
Yeah.
If you had to guess if I've purchased a rubber snake in the last 30 days, what would you say? Yes.
Let me
or
look
no?
at you. Hold on. Let me take a look at you. Let me size you up. Oh, this looks like a rubber snake's been purchased.
Yeah, he nailed it. He nailed it. Just a week ago, I was asking my child if she would like yet another rubber snake. So
Yeah.
the fun is endless. Time to end this?
Oh, 10 minutes ago.
Okay, there you go. That's our thoughts on basketball and other sports. If you're watching the Euros right now, I like Sweden to advance -155, and I gotta get this name right. I gotta get this name right for my goal scorer. Here he comes. Oh boy, we gotta go to the screenshot. Classic.
Unreal.
Yeah, it'll get you every time. And here we are. Alexander Isak, ISAK, 2-score +215.
He sounds like your guy, whose name that you had absolutely no knowledge of. Sounds like a lot of research went into this.
Yeah, he's been a revelation in the tournament, but those Swedish names give me shit.
I get it. Eric Vidum. These are my people.
Right.
Also very English. So again, today best day of my life.
Some might say my mind was drowning in glizzies. There you go. Thank you to Eric for a phenomenal 2 days. The streets are saying Ryan will be back tomorrow, but tune in to find out. You never know. Catch you on the other side. Good luck.